Hey guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel. My name is Maddie Sladen and I will be talking about health and wellness. I'm super excited that you guys are watching this video because I just wanted to do like a short intro video about who I am and also what content I'm going to be putting out on YouTube for you guys to watch. So without further ado, let's get started. So when I was I think I was 4 years old, I decided to give my life to Christ, and I would say hands down that's the best decision I've ever made. And I think at 4 years old it was kind of hard to understand like exactly what that meant, but even then I think I had still some simple understanding, and it was just basically like, I know who this Jesus guy is. Like, he died for all my sins and he loves me unconditionally, and he wants me to be with him forever. And I just realized, like, how could I not want to be a part of that? So at 4 years old, Jesus became Lord and Savior of my life, and just every day since, especially since high school, which I'll get into later, I've just been trying to live on mission, like life change, and help other people realize like what the world says about you truly doesn't matter. If you're living for an audience of one, and that's something that I keep telling myself as well. So everything on this channel is going to be, I mean not everything, but some things from this channel are just going to be from a Christian perspective, because that is the entirety and core of who I am. I don't want that to, on the other hand though, like push away viewers who may not necessarily like line up with me like religiously. I want this to truly still come back to health and fitness. I may just have a few videos where I do sit down chats about you know, Christianity and life and spirituality and all of that. So that's just been a huge part of my life, and I don't want to be scared to put that out there. I want this to be a platform for me to impact people's lives, because ultimately, like, Jesus is the only way to eternal life. And I think in this world we're just lost and confused and living for all sorts of crazy things that we think we can fulfill us. And I can honestly 100% say that he is the only one who will fulfill me on the inside, and nothing else will fill that void. And it's hard to know what it feels like until you've truly experienced it. So like I said, my name's Maddie and I am 18 years old and just graduated high school. So I grew up in the Fresno Clovis area, but was actually born in Plano, Texas, but my parents moved here when I was 2. And that was just because my dad got a job offer here, so he moved, and we've been living here ever since. So going on 16 years, so that's pretty exciting. In elementary school, I first started experiencing just some hard friendship stuff around grade 3, and that pretty much continued all the way through high school. Grade 3 obviously wasn't as extreme as, you know, my junior year of high school, which I will get into. But yeah, it was just really difficult, and that would probably mark the beginning of all of my friendship struggles that I've had throughout the years. It's a big part of like who I am. During elementary school, I played multiple sports, and 4th grade was kind of that point where I had begun trying different things. So I got really into cross country and track, and then I also played soccer. So I stuck with soccer for the longest. I played that through my sophomore year of high school, and overall I really enjoyed my experience, but I'll get into that later. And I did cross country until like middle school, yeah, 8th grade, and I just started experiencing some just like really painful things, you know, when you run. I just had constant shin splints, my calves were all messed up, went to physical therapy, all that stuff just to make sure like everything was okay and I wasn't going to tear anything. And overall I just decided like running on cement isn't for me. So I would say my high school years were probably the toughest years of my life, and I'm sure that everybody who either is currently in high school or graduated or whatever life stage would probably say the same thing, just because so much is going on, so much is changing. Girls get mean. Yeah, just those types of things. So I'll just start off at my freshman year. So my freshman year, I went in with one group of friends. My senior year, I came out with friends who I never thought I would ever meet. And I started hanging out with people who I never thought I'd be hanging out with. But I think God just has his way of bringing those people into your life right when you need them the most. And that's what I found in my group, and I am so thankful for each and every one of them. They are truly my family in a way that I never imagined I would have family. But during my junior year of high school, I started just experiencing a lot of like self-doubt, and I think a lot of it actually came from soccer. So just after every game and every practice, I would just be really down on myself. Like I never measured up. I could never do good enough. Coaches were disappointed in me, players were disappointed in me, and some of that they didn't even think that of me, but I thought they thought it of me, if that makes sense. So I just decided, like, you know what, I can't play soccer anymore. This is not good for my mental health. I just really need to just stop and figure out who I am on my own. So I think telling my school coach right before tryouts was the hardest thing that I possibly could have done, because he is really, he's super nice, but a very intimidating person to go tell that you're like quitting varsity soccer. So I just remember I like went into his room and I was like, hey coach, can I just talk to you? And basically told him that I wasn't gonna play soccer anymore, and he's like, yeah, I understand. You just need to focus on yourself and your mental health and kind of all of that stuff. So I walked out of that room totally surprised with how he responded. I did not think that it was going to go as well as it did. And then I remember my mom happened to be subbing at my high school that day, and so I went into the class she was subbing in, and I just like broke down crying because I was just so relieved I didn't have this like weight sitting on my chest of, oh my gosh, how is he gonna respond? What is he gonna say? Is he gonna hate me? All of these questions in my mind. So I just remember feeling like, wow, this day could not get any better. I'm on cloud 9. I have no commitments. And that was honestly like one of the best feelings in the world. However, I think stepping away from soccer, at least for me, it was so much more of my identity and who I was than I thought it was. It basically just consumed all of my time. So year round, I was playing soccer, I was traveling, and didn't really, if I wasn't like at school or eating or sleeping, I was playing soccer. Like that was my entire life. And so to have most of my time that was normally filled with soccer now free, I almost panicked because I didn't know what to do with myself, because I was kind of asking like, okay, who am I? And who is Maddie without soccer? Who is Maddie without just that kind of stuff in her life? So for the first time, it just felt really weird, and I think I had a really hard time coping with that, because it took me a really long time to figure out, okay, what is it that I want to do? What is it that really excites me and really just ignites me on the inside, and what gets me passionate, and all of just that kind of stuff. And around the same time that I quit soccer, I was actually going through a lot of friend changes. So the people that I had been friends with for a really long time, finally, I just decided that being super close to them wasn't the best thing for me. So I just distanced myself, and honestly, it has been the best thing in the world. We still have a great friendship to this day, and I love them dearly, but I just came to the realization, like, I can't be your best friend, and I think I've been trying to do that for years, and it's just not healthy. So they honestly responded super well to it, and like I said, we're great friends. But yeah, just kind of all that going on. I was having, you know, just like lunches alone in teachers' classrooms and constantly just feeling like I didn't fit in. Nobody wanted to be my friend. I thought I was just like weird and an outcast, and I just felt like I didn't really fit in anywhere. And I know for a lot of people in high school, my age, that is such a huge struggle, because I think everyone to some degree is afraid to just be themselves and be 100% who they are without fear of rejection or judgment or any of the other things that may scare us. I would just encourage to anybody who's feeling that way, you are definitely not alone, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I just think the right people will come into your life. And I know that sounds really cliche, but I was constantly just like begging God for like, okay, bring some people into my life so I don't feel alone. Bring me a group of friends who love me like I know you love me. Just that kind of thing. Like, I could not have gotten through that time in my life without Jesus like taking care of me and carrying me through. I think the combination of soccer and then my friend stuff going on just kind of threw me overboard, and that feeling of isolation is just so icky. So just knowing that, I don't know, God was with me through it. He takes me through these trials for a reason, and on the tail end of it, like more than a year now, I'm here. I know that I learned so much about myself and learned so much about just my identity being like secure in Jesus, and like who I am. Like, He created me. I'm a daughter of the King. Like, all of those things. It was just a total transformation of my heart and my identity and my goals, honestly, in life. Like, my priorities just rearranged in a different way that I can't really, it's like hard to explain. That's kind of who I am. I now, as a result of kind of everything with soccer and those changes, I have found that I just really enjoy working out on my own and figuring out what it means to be healthy and focus on like longevity and like nourishing your body from the inside first and letting the outside just show the results. So really just focusing on I love to cook, so I love finding healthy recipes. Pinterest is my best friend, so I'll find healthy recipes on Pinterest to make, and I'll go to the gym, and I've loved lifting weights. I recently just started going to a sculpt class at my gym, which is like, it's kind of like a body weight circuit type workout, and that's been really good. It has me sore, so that's been different and really fun. Overall, I just started this channel because I really feel passionate about helping others live their best life in the healthiest way, and I've really just begun to embrace the idea that every single body is completely different. So what works for one person is not going to work for another person, because your body is uniquely made and there's not another one out there like it. So own it and be proud. And that's something that like I'm trying to preach to myself too, because I struggle so much with like body image and body confidence and all of that. Even after I quit soccer, I gained like 15 pounds. It was insane, and I was so stressed, like, oh my gosh, I feel so big now, none of my clothes are fitting the same way. But honestly, I was so much healthier mentally, and like I know that, but it was just really hard to accept the physical changes that were going on. But ultimately, I've learned to just embrace the body that I'm in, and that's still a daily process for me. So I'm just trying to help you guys as I journey on finding a way to just love my body where it's at in all its different stages, for all its flaws, for everything that I wish I didn't have. I just want to find reasons to be grateful for, because somebody else is going to, believe it or not, somebody else wants what you have and you don't even realize it. That's a little bit of who I am. If you guys have questions, please feel free to pop them down in the comments below, because I'll obviously be doing more future videos around the stuff that you guys comment about and want to hear about, and wouldn't mind doing like a part 2 sit down and do a Q&A, answer your guys' questions, anything like that. on to content you can expect from this YouTube channel. So obviously it's titled Maddie's Health and Wellness, and it's going to just be the whole package of, we're going to talk about physical health, we're going to talk about food and diet, and also mental health and spiritual health. So it's just going to be kind of about everything. And then I'll do some sit down chats, I'll do day in the life, I'll do what I eat in a day, grocery hauls, try on hauls, just a little bit about just like my life in general. I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to starting this YouTube because I think I've been scared of putting myself out there for so long, and finally I was just like, you know what, if it's a flop, who cares? So I'm just gonna start filming, and it would really be helpful if you guys just like spread the word, and obviously like and subscribe and comment on all my videos, because I want to know what content to put out there for you guys. So yeah, I'm really excited, and excited that you guys want to join me on this health and fitness and just overall wellness journey. I think it is so important, and once that is in line, I think you just start to feel healthier and be healthier, and your just outlook on life, I think, changes. Exercise is one of those things for me, and eating healthy and all that if I'm off track or kind of feel like, okay, I haven't been to the gym this week, or I'm not, especially with eating, like if I'm eating tons of junk food, I just feel like, whoa, like I need to get healthy again, because as soon as I do and get back on track, my mindset is just better. I think I just want to help you guys feel really great on the inside. So that's what counts to me the most. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure, like I said, to drop any comments or questions, things you guys want to see down in the comments below. I promise I will read them and try to coordinate some videos around them. So I'm really excited, and be sure to spread the word to just friends and stuff if you like what I'm putting out there, and also be sure to subscribe yourself. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.